There it is. I hope it's not so blurry. Anyway, so if you don't remember, it was this story about the dinosaurs, the Triceratops. Anyway, what I noticed was that there's a lot of great things happening, but I just want to focus on like one little part of what I saw. And so you had been asking some questions. ¿Qué hubiera pasado si no hubiera hecho el círculo? And I saw you using your cards, and I thought that was great because that's what they've been telling us, and encouraging us to use. And then you asked Jessica the question, and she didn't know. And so then you were like, ¿Necesitas ayuda? Do you need help? And then you asked another student, and they didn't know the question also. And then you asked another student, and then finally they were able to answer. But I just wanted to ask you, like, what were your thoughts during that time when, like, you asked a student and then another student and they didn't know the answer? Like, what were you thinking or, like, feeling?
Like, I do this all the time. They have to pay attention. If they don't know the question, it's because they were not paying attention. So when the student answers correctly, I go back to those students and I ask them again.
Okay.
So they have to be paying attention, and that leads for them to pay attention every time we're in the circle and I'm asking questions.
Yeah, I like that you were having them, like, that you go back to them, because that holds them accountable, so I think that's really good. I do that very similarly too. So I guess my question is, like, what do you think you could have done maybe also, or like additionally, to get more voices heard? Because what I did see was like just a couple of students were answering. So like, what could you have like done?
The turn and talk. But since we didn't have time.
I know, we were pressed for time. I know.
Yeah, and I try to do that, but whenever I have time, because it takes a while.
I know,
yeah.
And you gotta give them time. But that's actually perfect, because that's kind of what I was gonna like just suggest. That that just because it is so important to get more voices, more kids engaged, and that will keep them maybe more alert. Since you were saying that you really need to be listening, that might be a way to like get them more like engaged. Just because sometimes if they're just sitting there, they do start, they won't listen as much. But this is just one thing that's like worked for me. It's not perfect, and so try it out if you feel like this is something that can work for you. But I have a video that I took that same lesson, or like that. I don't remember if I did it like after I came and saw you, but this is just one way that I ask and prompt questions, and then the way that students interact during the question. So tell me, like, just listen, and then you'll tell me like what you heard.
Levanta la mano. Cuando yo diga 3, tú vas a voltear a Patrick y le vas a decir, ¿por qué los Triceratops están haciendo un círculo? Go. ¿Estás de acuerdo con ella?
Sí.
¿Por qué?
Porque es cierto que si dejan a los bebés solitos, el grande dinosaurio se los puede comer. Pues están protegiendo y eso se puede pasar.
So you didn't really hear me say, but like I have the A and B partner, so I call them SpongeBob and Patrick. Okay. And so at the beginning I said, raise your hand if you're SpongeBob. When I say 3, you're gonna turn and tell your partner like the question that I had. Like, so they're repeating the question, and then partner B will answer.
Yeah.
And I try to keep them accountable to like a complete sentence, but we're still working on that. But anyway, aside from that, what did you like notice, or what did you see?
Everybody was participating.
Yeah.
Was talking.
Some of them were kind of loud. I should probably work on them keeping their
that's
voice low, a little lower, because it was kind of hard to hear.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as they talk.
What else do you see this maybe be different than like other turn and talks, or like was there anything that you like might have learned from this video? That maybe like you're like, so tell me like how you're doing your turn and talks.
Same way,
Same.
but I have partner A and B.
Partner B.
So I have partners, but I don't say, I say the question.
Mm-hmm.
So partner A, they have to ask the question to B, and then B has to answer, and the other way around.
Yep.
But I don't have SpongeBob or
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Maybe what I don't do is have them repeat the question.
Yeah.
So
And
I
sometimes
should
that
do
helps.
that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I
so
mean,
they just have to listen to my question and then ask them.
and then ask it.
They don't repeat it like.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess they repeat it, but not me telling them. Okay, you have to say it after
you have to
me.
say it, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes that helps. So
Yeah.
try it, and see if
Just to
see.
see.
And then also
Cool.
just like holding them accountable. I always go like this so that they. One of the reasons actually I have them repeat the question is so that they are using that complete sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we call on them and then they'll just like say the answer, but they're not using that complete sentence.
Yeah.
So build that vocabulary. So try it out. But what do you think? Like, do you think that this might be something that we can that you can use
Oh,
more
yeah.
consistently? And I mean, not only in reading, but in other subjects.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really great. So I think what I can show you is a poster that I make with them, and it has like partner A, and then like what they say, and then or like not necessarily partner A, because not always partner A will go first. Sometimes partner B, depending on how you might like strategically place them. I always have partner A.
Ahí está para lo de esos naturales.
I always have like partner A be kind of like my like tier 2 or tier 3, and then sometimes B might be like a different tier, and so then I know like SpongeBob might be like my higher kid, or like my kid who speaks more English or whatever, and then whenever I ask a question, I can like think of that ahead. So anyway, but we can make a little poster and like the action steps on how you can like implement this, and it might just help for the kids to have it visually there. But and then next time when I come observe next time, I'll be looking for that. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
let's see. Let's write down maybe just like some steps and I'll have this on a better piece of paper next time. But that you can keep. So what could be like step 1, like for you to do, like the first thing that you.
So, ask the question and have the students repeat it.
Yes. Okay. and
Partner
then-
A or B or whatever.
Mhm. Do you have them already?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
So I guess that could have been the first one is like make your AB partners. Maybe how often do you modify them?
It's like every week,
Oh,
week
nice.
and a half.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I should do that more.
When we
often.
finish super centers, because those are the partner A and B,
Oh, perfect.
then I'll switch.
I love that. And how are they? Are they like bilingual pairs or are they
Mhm, bilingual pairs.
So like Spanish and English.
Mhm.
Cool. Great. So then after you ask the question, students turn to their partner and they say the question, right? They repeat it.
Mhm.
And then partner A or B
Mhm.
answers it. Right?
Answers the question.
And I think like here, the only thing I would add is like try to use a complete sentence. So maybe maybe if we write some stems on the poster, of course it's going to change for every question. So, but maybe for now to get them used to it,
Mhm.
complete sentences, we can use the sentence stems. And I can show you how I introduced it in my poster. I should have brought it. And then what?
Well, every time I ask a question, I try to have them answer in a complete sentence, so they have to repeat what I ask.
Okay.
So they kind of. Did you not hear that?
I didn't. No, not me. And of course, I was only here for a little bit, so you
Yeah.
could have been asking it, and not during that time.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, well, I think that might be the most like effective thing to change. But if you're probably already doing it,
Mhm.
then you're fine. So then they answer in a complete sentence, and then how do you then pick who shares out, or like do you share out whole group?
No,
after?
they do.
They do, like
Mhm.
with their partner.
So with the cards, I pull a card and they have to.
But like, so you ask a question. So like, why did the dinosaurs make that circle? Then they turn and talk.
Mhm.
And then do you like have somebody say the answer whole group, or
Yeah.
okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whole group.
So then, based with your cards, you choose like a partner to
Student.
share.
Mhm.
Cool.
Or sometimes I even ask if partner B answer.
I love
I
that.
ask partner A, what did your partner say?
Love that. So I'll add that because I'll be looking for that because I think that's really
Because
really
they
good.
have to be paying attention, otherwise they're just talking about something else.
Yes.
So it depends. So I'll just pick and choose.
What their partner said. I love that.
Mhm.
because it is kind of important sometimes to have them say it whole group in case somebody like said the wrong thing. Cool, I like that. And one thing also that I wasn't in that video, but that has been working and to model how they're supposed to be interacting is, so like say I asked a question and then I picked those girls to share, and like I'll repeat the question. I said, so the question was, why do the dinosaurs make that circle? And then I will like, everyone is watching the way they interacted. So then partner A is over here like, why do the dinosaurs repeat that circle? And then so they're doing the same thing over, but showing the whole class how they interacted. And that gets kids motivated, like when they're doing it, to like make sure they're doing it correctly in case I pick them. They're going to show the class how partner A asked the question and partner B responded in a complete.
So you get your GTs and model for the other students.
Not necessarily. I think it's important to choose somebody that did it correctly for sure, because you don't want someone like saying the wrong answer and then confusing everybody. But yeah, I mean, making like, so while they're answering the question, I also like move around to hear and to try to, you know, not only always just call on the GT kids, but to show that everybody can do it too. So yeah, so I think, so like, ask the question, the students repeat, and then partner A or B will answer it in a complete sentence using sentence stems if needed. And then step 3, share whole group. And then I loved what you said, that the other partner would then answer the question that their partner had to answer, whole group. So I think that'll be really cool. So do you have your lesson plan for this week?
Yes.
Let's just look at one question, for example, and then I'll have you almost like practice what you would say. We're reading the story of the bees.
Let's see.
And sometimes I go ahead and write them in there too, but then I always use a flip chart and I forget to look at them.
Where are they?
So I mean, so for example, this I do. ¿Qué hace realmente la abeja reina? That could, well, not the I do. Let's do the we do. So, ¿en qué se diferencian los osos de la página a las abejas? Is what we're in that page. We're comparing 2 different types of bears. So, this is the answer. El oso en la página 184 tiene hambre y se ve emocionado al encontrar la colmena. El oso en la página 85 tiene miedo porque las abejas lo están atacando. Entonces, so that's what they're supposed to be saying. Like, that's the exemplar response. So how would you like ask that question to your students using your AB partners?
So, les diría, ¿en qué se diferencian los osos a las... Okay, las parejas A, todos los A, volteen y escuchen la pregunta porque se la van a hacer a sus compañeros que son el B. ¿En qué se diferencian los osos de la página 185 y la 184? Y luego la tienen que repetir, la tienen que repetir y después voltean con su pareja y se la hacen.
Do you think it'd be important to maybe like model it, like have a group?
Yes.
Like practice it.
Have the 2 students.
Come show.
and show them how to do it.
And then maybe even what I think is helpful for me is sometimes having 2 other students show the wrong way.
And so they can see the difference.
Yeah, and then but going back to like the right way so that then they can do it. So that's just a thought.
Okay.
To have them do it like the wrong.
Maybe with an easier question.
Yeah. There's more questions on the lesson plan, and of course you can make your own. But like in the engage, like en qué se parecen la comunidad de personas y la de abejas, qué se parecen las abejas a las personas, en qué se diferencian las abejas y las personas. And I think that this is a good one because we are comparing and contrasting. So, I mean, you can even do this with like building background knowledge, practice doing this, or it could even be with like, what did you do over the break? Like when I say 3, partner A is gonna turn and tell their partner what you did over the holiday break, and you know that would just be like a good way to start practicing. But by the time you get to the lesson, that can be more fluent or easier.
Cool. I'm gonna try it and see
Yeah.
how that goes.
Great. So I will come back sometime later this week. Like, how about, could Thursday be a good day?
Mhm.
Can I come by on Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
And I'll just like sit in and like try to look for these 3 steps, and that's it.
Yay.
Cool.
Awesome.